My new boss was the scammer who destroyed my family. I wish that title was clickbait. The moment I walked into the conference room on my first day, I froze. Standing at the front of the room was a man I hadn't seen in over a decade. A man who stole my parents' life savings. A man who disappeared without a trace. And now, he was smiling and introducing himself as my boss. My name is Sarah. 10 years earlier, my family was doing well. My parents owned a small business and had spent years building it from the ground up. Then a businessman named Richard appeared. He claimed he could connect them with investors and secure a massive contract that would change our lives. He seemed trustworthy. He wore expensive suits, drove a luxury car, and spoke with confidence. My parents believed him. They invested nearly everything they had into the opportunity. Weeks later, Richard vanished. The investors weren't real. The contract was fake. And the money was gone. My parents lost the business. We lost our home. I watched my father take night shifts, and my mother work weekends just to keep us afloat. The worst part? Richard was never caught. At least that's what everyone thought. Years passed. I worked hard, graduated, and landed a position at a major company. On my first day, our department head walked in. "Good morning, everyone. I'm Richard Thompson." My heart stopped. It was him. Older, more polished, but unmistakably him. The man who ruined my family. I wanted to expose him right then and there. But I knew nobody would believe a new employee making accusations against a respected executive. So I stayed quiet. And I waited. For months, I dug through public records, old emails, archived business filings, anything I could find. What I discovered shocked me. My family wasn't his only victim. There were dozens, small business owners, retirees, families who had trusted him and lost everything. Yet somehow he'd escaped accountability every time. Until now. One day, the company announced Richard was being considered for a promotion that would put him in charge of hundreds of employees. That was my opportunity. The night before the board meeting, I anonymously sent a complete file of evidence to the company's legal department. Every document, every victim statement, every fraudulent transaction I could prove. The next morning, Richard walked into the boardroom expecting the biggest promotion of his career. Instead, he found security officers waiting for him. The meeting lasted less than 5 minutes. He was escorted out of the building while employees watched in silence. But the real twist came weeks later. The company's investigation uncovered enough evidence to alert authorities. Old cases were reopened. Former victims came forward, and for the first time in over a decade, Richard had nowhere to run. He wasn't just fired, he was arrested. Months later, my parents received compensation through a court settlement tied to the fraud investigation. It didn't erase the years of struggle, but it gave them something they hadn't had in a long time. Closure. The man who thought he had gotten away with everything spent years climbing to the top, only to be brought down by the kid who never forgot his face. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss more suspenseful Reddit-style stories, packed with shocking twists, revenge, and endings you